Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 71 of the video podcast, Me and My Dog and Some Yarn. Today is April 10th, 2016. It is a Sunday, and this is episode 71, I believe, although this isn't going to be a regular episode. This is just going to be an episode about the show and tell of the Dallas-Fort Worth Fiber Festival, which I attended last Saturday. I'm sitting on the floor because a lot of you always request to see Dottie, and I have not seen this poor little dog hardly at all. I've been home, but I haven't been home. I've been home at night, and of course we haven't had a whole lot of time together. So she is just eating this up. When she saw that I was going to the craft room, she ran in here and followed me, and I brought in her little orthopedic bed because I have laminate floors in here and that makes her really sore. So she's laying on her orthopedic bed, and she's in hog heaven because Mama is here with her. So, how have you guys been? I've been fine. It's just been super busy. I wanted to podcast and show you all the goodies last Sunday, but it's a 4-hour drive from Houston to Dallas, and I drove it in one day there and the same day back, and I was tired on Sunday. I got up and went to church last Sunday morning and came home, and that was about it. I didn't knit. I just laid around and watched TV and caught up on some podcasts because I've been really behind on my podcast. But then this week was just so busy. I worked some long hours this week, and I had Thursday off to spend with my sister, and she's going to be moving to Houston, so we went and did some house hunting for her. And then Friday I took a sewing class. I took 2 sessions, so I was gone until about 6 o'clock Friday night. And then yesterday, gosh, I don't even remember yesterday. Oh, I got out with my mom for a little bit, and we went to Joann's, of course, and we went to a plant place, and we went to Barnes & Noble, and then my husband and I went to church last night, and this morning I got up and went to the grocery store, and now I'm home, and I'm planning on podcasting and finishing up our taxes, which are due Friday. And then I guess that's about it. I might knit. I've got some new yarn from the Fiber Festival, and I'm going to cast something new on tonight. That's my reward for finishing the taxes later today. So I guess I'll get started. The Dallas Fort Worth Fiber Festival is held in Irving, Texas, and I think this was number 11 or 12, but this was my third time to attend, and it was so much fun, and I got to see old friends and make some new friends, and it was just a great time. Mom and I left about 5:30, and it's a 4-hour drive, so we got to Dallas and we shopped a little bit, and then we had the podcaster meetup at 1 o'clock, and after that we went to eat at El Phoenix, which they used to have those here in Houston, but they don't have them anymore. That was where my parents used to take me and my sister when we were little for Mexican food. Back in that day, we didn't have a whole lot of Mexican food here. Now you can find a Mexican restaurant just about on any corner. But back, in the 70s, we didn't have a whole lot to choose from, but it was always very good. And so that brings back memories when we get to go up there and eat at El Phoenix. So then we made our way back, and we were home before the sun went down, which was nice. I guess with the time change that helped a little bit, but anyways, I guess I'll get started. So I went to the Dallas-Fort Worth Fiber Festival, and every year, most of the vendors are from Texas, but there are some from all over the United States. So I guess we'll get started. You would be so proud of me. Well, somewhat. I somewhat stayed on my list. Everything I bought had something in mind, and I made a list. I first wanted to go and get kookaburra wash. Every year I say I'm going to get some, and then I forget to go back because this is heavy. And so I went and looked at this first, and I decided what I was going to get. And then at the end of the festival, I went back and bought this so I wouldn't have to lug it around. This is fabulous. I've heard wonderful things about it. The man that owns the shop, he said that you can buy this on Amazon now, and with Amazon Prime, it's free shipping. So that is very good to know. I'm going to keep that in mind. It smells wonderful. I bought the one with lavender, and you don't have to rinse it. It has tea tree oil and special conditioners. And so if you're interested, you might check out Amazon, especially if you have Amazon Prime, because it's free shipping. So that is wonderful. I have some hand nets that need to be washed, so that is going to happen pretty soon, probably next weekend, after I've recuperated a little bit more. Okay, so the first thing I purchased was my Diana Couture, and this is a yarn owl. And what you do is you wind up a yarn cake, and it fits in here very nicely. And as you can see, it's polka dot on the inside. I don't know if you guys can see that. And there's her tag. And then you pull it from the center, and it comes through. It's got the nice little snaps. It comes through the hole in the center, and it's got a strap so you can knit on the go. And here is her tag. And I just absolutely love this. I had a really hard time deciding which one I was going to get because she had so many cute prints to choose from. Mom got one too, and hers is yellow, and hers has little elephants all over it, and it's so cute. Maybe I can have Mom on the show to show her goodies one day. Right now she's pretty busy because my sister is in town, and my sister's staying over there with her, and they've just been busy with house hunting and things like that, so she hasn't had a lot of time to knit. Let's see what else. Oh, when I checked in, let me pull some of this out of my bag. I guess I should have done this before I started, really. It'll be easier for me to grab. Okay, that's good enough. The next booth I went to was a new dyer to me. It was tumbleweed yarn, and I told myself that I was going to stick to my list and I wasn't going to buy a whole lot of extra yarn. Well, that didn't really happen because I found this booth and her colors were fantastic. Here is the tag if you guys want to look that up. I think she has a shop. Yes, it's tumbleweedyarn.etsy.com. Come here, Dot Dot. Come on. Come here. Come here. Don't knock over the computer. Come here. Good girl. Lay down. Come lay down. Okay, so this colorway is Boy Oh Boy, and it's Angora fingering weight 80/20, and it's a, well, it says Angora fingering weight, but it's merino nylon blend. So it's perfect for socks. It's 400 yards, 100 grams. And I love that color. It's called Boy Oh Boy. And these really need to be socks. I do not have a lot of blue socks. But it only makes sense to make some blue socks because I do wear a lot of blue, and of course I wear jeans almost every day. Okay, I'm gonna scoot up since she's gone. She's laying behind the computer, and I've got this on my ottoman with a box, and so I'm hoping she doesn't come back and knock it over. Then, of course, I had to get this one. It reminded me of Halloween with the purple and the orange, and I absolutely love orange. And this one is called Regine. I don't know how to say that. And I can't tell if that's an A, E at the end. Regine. I'm not sure. I don't know what that's reference to. But this one is her Marfa fingering weight, and it's a 75-25 superwash merino nylon blend. It's approximately 465 yards and 100 grams. And it's got purple and gray and beige. There's the gray. Orange. Love it. So, I'm not sure if that's going to be socks or a shawl. I don't know yet. I kind of think it's a stripe, but I might be wrong. I don't know. I guess I'm just going to have to see. If it's a stripe, it'll be socks. If it's a variegated yarn, then it might be a shawl. We'll have to see. Then, what else? Okay, when I checked in, I got a badge, and that was for the podcaster meetup, and because I was a podcaster, they gave me free entry into the show, which was $5, so that was kind of neat. I really thought that was very nice of them. Then I bought some Chiagu needles, and I bought a size 6 and a size 7 and a 40-inch because this is what I use most for my shawls, and a lot of times if I start a new shawl, then I've already got something on the needles. It's a good size for sweaters as well, like when you're knitting with worsted yarn. So I thought these were relatively cheap, and I love Chiagu, so I thought, why not? So that was another purchase. Then I went to Western Sky Knits, and I told myself I was not going to buy any more Western Sky Knits because I have several in the cabinet that I haven't knit with yet, and they've got gorgeous yarn, and I don't know why I haven't, except that I'm probably just been way too busy. But then I fell down the rabbit hole when I saw this one, and it's neon with black and all colors of the rainbow, and it's called Rainbow Bright, and it's on their Twinkle sock. It's 75-20 superwash merino nylon and stellina, and it's 438 yards, and it was so pretty I cannot pass it up. So that's going to be socks. I love wild colored socks because well, I just do. I enjoy knitting them. I like to wear them. So yeah, that happened. And then I, of course, had to stop by. Forgot the name of the company. Let's see if it's on here. Oh yeah, Goodies Unlimited. Goodies Unlimited. I have bought. I bought some cream from them last time, and it's like, I think it's called Anything Balm or something like that, and it's wonderful. You can put it on really dried hands. In the winter, my hands get really dry because I'm bad about running out the door without mittens or gloves or anything like that. I think, it's not that cold out, and then I get out there and I'm like, probably should have put something on my hands, but so my hands get really dry. And also, I wash my hands a lot when I cook. I love to cook, so I'm in the kitchen and I'm constantly washing my hands. I get really, really dry skin. It's a good thing I live in Houston where it's not really that cold, because if I lived up north, you know, up in Canada or New York or somewhere like that, I don't know. My skin would probably fall off. But anyways, I had bought that before and I really, really liked it. So I bought this solid lotion bar. It comes in a little container like kind of like a deodorant, but it's actually lotion. And I smelled this and it smells lovely. This one is called Angel. And then I saw this and it's called E-Tonic Balm. And it is for pain. Deep and penetrating rub for aching muscles and joints. I have a lot of back pain. I hurt my back several years ago, and I have like a degenerating disc in my lower back, and most days it doesn't really bother me, but sometimes if I do like a lot of gardening outside or a lot of really deep cleaning, or where I'm doing something where I'm climbing up and down off of a stool or a ladder, then I get really sore for like a day or two. And so this, I hope, will maybe help alleviate some of that. So I haven't opened it and tried it yet, but they said it works and I'm willing to give it a try. Okay, so then on my actual list was I wanted to go to Madeline Tosh and I wanted to get like a solid color. I wasn't too sure what color yet, but I wanted to get a solid color and I wanted to get 2 skeins and fingering so I could make a really big shawl, because I keep seeing shawl patterns that call for more than 400 yards, and all of my fingering skeins I just have singles. I don't have like 2, you know, so I would have to do either a 2-colored shawl, you know, or a small shawl with 1. So I decided I would go to Madeline Tosh and pick out 2 skeins of yarn to make a gigantic shawl. So I chose red. I love red. And these are so, so pretty. It's Madeline Tosh Tosh sock. And so that's 100% merino wool, which is nice because I don't need the nylon since it's going to be a shawl. And the colorway is Blood Runs Cold. Blood Runs Cold. And it's just so pretty. It's a deep, dark red. Unlike my shirt's more of a tomatoey red. And you can see that this is just gorgeous. It's like a Christmas red is what this is. So, so pretty. So I cannot wait to knit with this. I haven't knit a shawl with 2 skeins before, with this being specially dyed. I guess I need to go every other row or every 2 rows, back and forth. What is it? Every row or every other row, or something different? Tell me in the thread if you don't mind. But this is going to be so pretty. I've already picked out the pattern and I wish I could remember what it is, but I can't. So it'll be one of the next projects that I start. So that's exciting. I think I picked a Rami Hill pattern, but I might be wrong. It was between that one and one other. I can't remember. Got an old lady brain this morning. I got a lot on my mind. I keep thinking about those taxes and how I need to go finish them. So, anyways, fun stuff, right? Then there's a Stephen West pattern of a shawl, and I can't think of the name of that either, but it's a free pattern on Ravelry, and I just printed it out this week because this is going to be that shawl. This is Madeline Tosh, and it is on the 80-10-10 fingering base, which is 80% merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. And it's called Minimal Pink Clay Optic. And it's mostly white, but it has black and little specks of flecks of black as well. And then it's got like a peachy pink color. And I don't know if you guys can really see the peachy pink coming out in that, but it's really pretty. I was carrying around this and a few others, but this one kept calling me back. So this is going to be that shawl by Stephen West. And I wish I could remember the name. But this will be starting soon too, as soon as I get a few things off the needles. And then, do you guys remember the pattern I was searching for in the I think it's Knit Simple magazine. It's a UK magazine, and I ordered the magazine off of eBay. No, not eBay. I think it was off of Amazon, and it came, and it wasn't the magazine that I ordered, but at that point I had already ripped it all open, so I didn't contact the seller. And then I was able to find the pattern. There was a person on Ravelry that had made the sweater for my husband, the cable cardigan for a man, and I emailed her and asked her if she wouldn't mind sharing that pattern, and she did. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Because I can't find the book anywhere, and I thought, well, maybe I could order it like as a PDF, you know, and I can't find anywhere where you can order that one. Anyways, so I haven't bought the yarn for that up until now, and I went to Webb's, and Webb's was there, and I bought some yarn. I bought 19 skeins, which was perfect because one of these bags was ripped open and one was taken out, but I needed 19 anyways. I probably would have bought 20 just because there were 10 in each bag, but I thought, well, it must be meant to be. And they had a huge sale. These were, I want to say they were like $3.49, $3.50 a ball, and they're so super soft. It's Valley Yarns, which I believe is their yarn brand, and it's called Valley Superwash, and they are, I think it's a worsted weight yarn. It's 50 grams per ball. It's 98 yards per ball, and this is gray. Well, I don't know what the name of, I don't know that it has color number 20. So anyways, it's gray. That's true to color right there. And my husband, I texted him like different pictures, and the gray is the only one that went through. And the other ones wouldn't go through for some reason, I guess because I was in that convention hall, and I don't know, my phone usually doesn't do that. Usually it works perfectly, but so he's like, don't worry about it. I really like the gray. Don't worry about sending the others. I had navy picked out and black, which I'm glad he didn't choose the black because I have a hard time knitting on black now that I'm older. Yeah, I don't enjoy knitting on black. So he picked the gray, and so I told him as soon as I showed it on the podcast I would get started. So, and I have to go dig up that pattern. I printed it off, and I don't know exactly where it's at, but that has to be cast on soon, and I'll probably work on that only at night, or here around the house, because that's something I don't like to carry with me as a sweater. It's just too bulky. So then the only other thing I bought were mini skeins, because I have totally run out of mini skeins. I have little bits and pieces, which I think I showed you. I'm starting another blanket, but I'm doing little tiny squares, mitered squares, and that way I can use up some of those scraps that can't make a whole square on my regular one. So Mom and I both bought some mini skeins, and if we have extras on these, we're gonna share, because she doesn't have any either. So let's see. I don't know where these came from. I want to say Savvy Skein, but I'm not positive. But they're really, really pretty. And I think there's probably enough on these to share for sure. And then, let's see. These are Brazen Stitchery. And I've bought Brazen Stitchery before. I love her yarn. This is a blue with a dark blue or black with white, and then the lighter blue with gray. And she doesn't have colors on here, but that's okay, because I wouldn't remember them anyways once they were in my blanket. And then I bought this one. Oh yeah, this is Brazen Stitchery too, and this one is a huge. It's called Green Skinned Girl, and it's actually, that for some reason is not showing up the color correctly. It is a Christmas green, and it looks really washed out on the screen. Might be my red shirt. That's a little better. Anyways, this one is huge. It's approximately 80 yards, so I can definitely share this one with Mom. And then I love hedgehog fibers, and I was going to buy me a regular big skein and make a shawl, but I thought, you know what, you have got way too much yarn. You do not need any more. You've got, you know, the red shawl that you're about to do, and you've got the Stephen West shawl you're about to do, and you've got a sweater to make for your husband. You don't need any more. So I bought mini skeins instead for my blanket. And I love hedgehog fibers. I've had one skein, and I knitted with it, and it was like knitting with a cloud. It was so soft. But this is a typewriter. It's just white with little gray and black flecks. And then I bought Crybaby. It's like a white speckled. It's white with little pinks and blues, like confetti speckles. It's really pretty. I love these. I love hedgehog fiber. If I can get my red shawl knit up and the Stephen West shawl knit up and finish what's on my needles and at least get my husband's cardigan started, then at Stitches Texas, if Hedgehog Fibers, if Hill Country Weavers is there, that's who had the hedgehog fiber, then I will definitely buy me a skein of that and treat myself, because I just love their yarn. I guess that's it. I bought a few other things to give as prizes, and I don't want to show them yet until I do my next podcast. Anyways, I will do that next podcast, and we'll have a new knit along coming up, and some fun things. So thank you for joining me, and I will talk to you soon. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful week. Bye-bye.